How you actually build wealth. Most people think wealth is built by earning more money. That helps. But that is not actually how wealth is built. Because if higher income automatically created wealth, every high earner would feel financially secure. And that is obviously not true. A lot of people earn well and still feel behind because wealth is not created by income alone. Wealth is created by what you keep, what you protect, and what you consistently turn into assets. That is the real formula. So in this video, I want to break down how wealth is actually built in real life. Not the flashy version. The version that actually works. First, you need a gap. A gap is the difference between what you earn and what you spend. If everything that comes in immediately goes out, there is nothing left to build with. That is why wealth building always starts with cash flow. Not because being frugal is the goal, but because if there is no gap, there is no fuel. A lot of people try to invest before they fix the gap. But if your lifestyle expands every time your income rises, your future never gets funded. So step one is simple. Earn more if you can. Spend less than you earn. Protect the difference. That difference is where wealth begins. Second, you need to protect the gap. Because even if you create one, life will try to destroy it. Unexpected expenses, car repairs, medical bills, a slow month, a bad decision, a broken appliance. Something always happens. That is why an emergency fund matters. An emergency fund is not there to make you rich. It is there to stop one problem from turning into debt. And that matters because debt, especially high-interest debt, is one of the fastest ways to slow down wealth building. If your future income is already being used to pay interest, it becomes much harder to move forward. So before you think about looking wealthy, focus on becoming stable. Build some margin. Because margin is what keeps progress alive when life gets expensive. Third, you need to stop the major leaks. Most people do not fail financially because of one huge mistake. They fail because of small leaks that become permanent. Lifestyle inflation. Car payments that are too aggressive. Recurring subscriptions. Credit card balances. Spending that feels small in the moment, but stacks up over time. This is the part people ignore because it feels less exciting than investing. But building wealth is not just about what you own. It is also about what stops quietly draining your cash flow. If you keep earning more but your fixed costs rise just as fast, you are not building wealth. You are building a more expensive life. So if you want to build real wealth, review your leaks honestly. Ask yourself, what is pulling money away from my future every month? Then fix that first. Fourth, turn the gap into assets. This is where wealth actually compounds. Once your bills are covered, your emergency buffer is growing, and your biggest leaks are under control, the next move is simple. Automate investing. Not when you feel like it. Not when there is something left at the end of the month. Automatically. Because wealth is usually built through consistency, not intensity. You do not need a dramatic financial personality. You need a repeatable system. That means money should move into savings and investments before lifestyle spending gets the chance to absorb it. That is why systems matter so much. A good system makes wealth building happen on purpose. A bad system leaves everything to willpower. And willpower is inconsistent. The fifth piece is time. This is the part people underestimate. Wealth rarely looks impressive at the beginning. At first it feels slow. The numbers move, but not dramatically. That is where most people lose patience. But wealth is built through repeated action over a long period of time. You earn. You keep a gap. You protect it. You invest it. You repeat. That is how financial momentum is built. Not in one perfect month. Over years of solid behavior. So if you want the simple version, here it is. Create a gap. Protect the gap. Stop the leaks. Turn the gap into assets. Repeat long enough for compounding to matter. That is how you actually build wealth. Not by looking rich. Not by chasing every trend. Not by trying to be perfect. By building a system that keeps converting income into ownership. If this helped, subscribe to Wealth Stack. And in the next video, I'll break down the biggest habits that make people feel rich for a moment but poorer over time. See you in the next one.